Hello, I'm Adam. My presentation will be about outreach service to seniors, particularly creating book deposit in assisted living centers. One of the fastest growing populations in our country is the over 50 crowd. This chart on the slide shows the rapid trend of aging population. As you know, people are living longer today. About 1 in 8 Americans are now 65 or older. The goal of a public library is to provide information, entertainment, and enrichment to all members of the community, regardless of race, creed, or age. Public libraries also promote lifelong learning, from infants who can barely read all the way up to elderly. Unfortunately, many older adults cannot utilize the public library because of mobility challenges. Some suffer from physical disabilities, some have memory impairments, many have trouble seeing. Lifelong learning should not cease because they cannot go to the library building. It's very simple. We need to take the library building to the senior citizens who cannot go to the public library. I believe the public library should create book deposits at the 2 assisted living centers in our community. A book deposit's a very small mini library collection. Usually it's just a shelf or two. These would be about 20, 25 books, and they would be located in the recreational room. These books would be available for all to use, and they would be large print that were weeded from the library because they were duplicates or they didn't circulate. 4 times a year, the outreach librarian would visit the assisted living center and provide new books. A volunteer or an assisted living recreational coordinator would be responsible for the daily task of borrowing. The outreach librarian visits the assisted living centers once a week already and would continue to do so as part of homebound delivery service. So this would allow a professional librarian to be on the premises at least once a week to keep track of the weekly tasks and take advantage of any requests for special titles or any new genres for the next cycle. Yes, the library already provides homebound delivery service to senior citizens in the assisted living centers, but this is very different than the proposed permanent book deposit collection. Homebound delivery service is only by request. You have to be a library card member, contact the librarian, and request a certain title or material. And some people are reluctant to ask for help. Right now, only a few people utilize this service in the assisted living centers. It's a very small amount. And homebound delivery service is only available for people who are physically unable to go to the library, in this case, the senior citizens. A book deposit is so much bigger. It's for people physically unable to come to the library, but also it could be available for the staff at the nursing center to read during a recreational break, or family visitors who happen to want something to read while they're waiting for grandma or grandpa to wake up. The outreach librarian already frequents the assisted living centers and the homebound delivery service, so this is just creating a bigger presence in the assisted living centers. There are many benefits to implementing a book deposit collection. Perhaps the best benefit is the opportunity for an increased partnership between the library and the assisted living center. Developing a stronger relationship between these 2 community centers can lead to even more ways to help the aged population, including senior programming. For example, this creates an invitation for the library to invite the nurses from the senior center to come to the library and hold classes on teaching senior health awareness or dietary needs at the public library. Or the library can expand their services in the senior center and provide storytelling programs or senior reading time at this center. The best benefit, of course, is creating book deposits. It brings this library service to people unable to physically utilize traditional library services. In conclusion, creating deposit collections in the 2 assisted living centers in our community will help our library better achieve the goals of providing information to all members of the community and promoting lifelong learning. Are there any questions from the audience?
Yeah, I have one.
All right.
What are the costs?
There's very little cost to implement this program. The books are already purchased from the library. They're weeded from the collection and they would have just been discarded. The outreach librarian already goes to the assisted living center, so transportation costs are already at a minimum. and the small space that the books would require in the centers would just be donated from the assisted living center. Usually it's just a cupboard or a small closet, very little space. The biggest cost would be the staff time for rotating the collection. That's only once every 4 years, or 4 times a year, so very little cost actually.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Is it only for books?
That's a very good question too. Yes, the book deposit collection focuses just on large print books, but the homebound delivery services is still very much a part of the outreach library services. So by implementing the book deposit collection, you're creating a bigger presence in the assisted living center. So perhaps more people will be aware of the library and will request through the homebound services other things like audiobooks, vision services, and other library services. So it opens up a door for more resources. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you for listening to my presentation.
You're welcome.